Welcome back to the ESR, Mr. X. Here with Ben, but he's off camera for a little bit. We're going to do the Spawn series sponsored by the Lazarus Effect today. And the first game we're going to start with is going to be Retreat CTF. So we have a little mini-map drawing that we can go into over here, and then we can break down, the best way to control the spawns and win the games on CTF Retreat. So playing over here, you're going to see this is going to be the more favorable spawn over on this blue side. You're going to want to attack pool, able to bring that in pretty easy. So from this blue spawn, you're going to want to, as I'm going to show you guys, go right down that pool side. You don't want to mess with any of this area over here. We'll X this all out. You don't want to mess with anything down here because this is where you want the opposing team to spawn. If you can get red to get this spawn down here, this is really what is going to win you the game. They're going to spawn in this area down here, and they're going to have to make a choice. And their choice is pretty much going to be, nope. Do I want to rotate back to my flag, pretty much through cuts or through the back, and kind of give up a cap? Ben, we can get Ben over there, and when he's over in that spot, we can show you what that exactly looks like. Do you want to rotate back that way, or do you want to overextend? That's why you want nobody on your team on blue to be down on that low side, because if you get down on that low side, you're going to spawn that opposing team right over here. Spawn them in the back. And we've seen so many times that players, they get that. Saw Clay do it a lot at the Columbus Season 1 Championship. He was able to get in this back area right here and just guard that flag pretty easily with that IMR. Attacking from the opposing side. You can go to Ben's screen, Will. We can show you in-game for a second of what it looks like. And this is the choice that they're going to have to make, to rotate back through there or go all the way down around the back. This is the spot that I was talking about. If you can go over here to the left, we've seen so many AR players able to hold this position down from the bad side, able to play defense, pretty much get those easy caps. And then let me clear my map. We can go talk about the other side, how you want to attack it from the bad side, how you can go about trying to get at least a single cap from this bad spawn. So I'm going to draw my circles again real quick while Ben kind of hangs out in that spawn area. Doing a good job, Ben.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime. All right, so we can go back to the mini-map right now. So you see flag spawns still where they are. From the red spawn, you can get a flag, don't want to say pretty easy, but reasonably easy. You still want to push down poolside. You're going to have a big battle right here over this rock. You need to get a guy into lobby. If you can get into lobby and kind of put eyes around here, this is where you do not want them to spawn. If they spawn in the back over here, you're going to just draw arrows. You kind of really have no chance. If they spawn in that back cave, Ben, you can go to that back cave right now. We can show you just a look in-game what it looks like. You definitely don't want to spawn them back there. You spawn them back there, pretty much impossible to get a flag out. You want to spawn them further down on this low side. So I'm going to just draw circles for this because circles are pretty easy. They're cool. You can spawn them down here. See new spawns back here. We even see spawns. If you can get the flag pretty far down poolside, Ben, you can even get a spawn right here, which will force the team, really have no options. To rotate back to this flag is actually extremely difficult because you have to either push through here, which you have no cover at all. You have to come around this corner. There could be a guy over here in this back rock. Pretty easy to defend. Just not a good spots to get once you're able to get control of this rock right here and in lobby. So it is pretty hard to get a flag out, but it's still possible. So now we're going to go over and talk a little bit about Retreat Hardpoint. That's another one people want to know about. Ben, I'm going to go to that first hardpoint. We can get him on your screen right now. So Ben's in that first hardpoint. This one, you're pretty much just going to trade time. There's going to be really nothing for a contest. I'm going to just mark off the two hills that you want to hold on your mini-map. So the hills in red are going to be the ones that you're going to want to take a ton of time on. You're going to want to take a ton of time on these three hills. You're going to want to split time on the blue hills. Blue will be your middle. Here one, and then in lobby. You can get a good chunk of time in lobby, but we want to talk a little bit about where you want to force the action here. So the blue arrows are going to be for, defending teams. So Ben, he's up on Turtle right now. We can show his view on your screen. This is the one that you're going to want to hold the most amount of time on. You're going to have teams, pretty much pushing over this pool wall on the mini-map that I'm showing. I'm showing where teams are going to be coming from. They're going to be coming from these three distinct areas. The red arrow right here. If you're, let's just go with a straight line. Why not? If you can create a little area right here where you can set up a guy on this pool walkway you're able to lock down this area. And these are the two areas you want to force the engagements to come from Ben. You can see on Ben's screen, he has that control over that pool area. If you're able to control this, you force spawn them down low, and then they have to either come through lobby or they have to come through the middle of the map. And those are the two spots you're talking about, Ben. You can look at that lobby door right there, and then you can look at cuts. Those are the two spots you want them to spawn at. If you keep killing them, they're going to spawn even further and further away. And that's when you're able to get some time over in lobby. So just going to clear this map real quick, and then we can come back to me, Will, on the screen. You can come back to me, Will, on the screen. So this is another hill over in this lobby area right there. You're able to control this pretty easily if you can lock down this back spawn area. A lot like, oh, we're still doing circles. A lot like the CTF game. You're able to hold that down pretty easy if you can control this back area right here. If you can control this cave spawn, we see so many AR players being able to get posted up there. You can go onto Ben's screen. He can show you what I'm talking about. If you're able to control that area right there, you're able to hold this spawn. This is going to force spawn the opposing team to have to come all the way down poolside. So I'll show you the spawns that they can get. They pretty much have to attack from there, or they'll have to come from low and come straight up through there, or from this white stairs. So those are the three spots of attack you're going to have to look out for. If you can block off this pool area, though, gives you a huge advantage to take some time here. You can pretty much only have to watch these two walkways, and then going down into the bottom hill, another one you can able to take a chunk of time on. Really, the only one, if you play the lobby right, you can get a chunk of time on it, but bottom is really where you can get your probably, I would say, third chunk of time on. So we're going to go with a red circle to show the hill. It's going to be down here at the bottom. So depending on which side you spawn on, that's the one you're going to want to control, but going to mark the one that you want to control in red. This is the side you want to control. You want to control that checker side. Ben's got it up on his screen. We can show you what it looks like visual perspective in game right now. He's just kind of hanging out in the back over there. Will, you can throw it on Ben's screen real quick. There you go. You can see he's just hanging out by checkers. You're able to get an AR player back here. You can just watch this and just pick off players extremely easy as they're rotating low. And I think, the one thing I want to allude to here, this is going to be just a straight up gun battle on bottom. You may have to worry about players flooding through middle, but it's really not what I want to talk about here. I want to talk about that rotation for this next hill. You're going to have, if you're controlling it, you're going to want to rotate out through the back, able to get a guy to, turtle statue, get a guy on that pool wall, and then you're really just going to have to focus on one alley to watch from. They're really their only point of attack. If you can get those kills over on that pool wall, their only point of attack is going to be straight in through this lobby. They're going to be able to come here. And then because you've already force spawned them down low, I mean, they're going to have to flood through the back. So you really don't even have to worry about up top over here. This is completely irrelevant at that point. I mean, we'll see if you get like 3 or 4 waves of kills out here in the back, you're able to spawn over here, but otherwise, you really only need to focus on these 2 entranceways. And I think the way teams really break this is through the back. This is the one you really need to focus on, this back staircase right here. If you can lock that down, pretty easy. The guy in the hill should be able to pick up 1 or 2 kills coming in from the front. Should be able to hold that easy, but Ben is up on that top plat. He can show you right now. You can just watch this back pretty easy from up top. You can watch it from down low. There's a little cubby area, and then you really just have to worry about that one door. If you kill them, if you see them spawning low, and you kill them, 2 or 3 waves of times, just direct your attention directly towards that pool side. There's also a spawn, we can show you real quick on my map, that they will spawn over here. You kill them enough, they'll spawn over here, and that is a very long route. I mean, they pretty much are forced to go through here. They don't have enough time to rotate through there. They don't have enough time to attack all the way through the back. I mean, look how long that line has been. I mean, very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult to fight from those positions. So that's really how you want to hold down these hills on, retreat hardpoint. So we're just going to load up. Ben, load up comeback. We're going to talk about comeback uplink, one of the fan favorite maps. Hope that helps you guys out on retreat. It's pretty easy to hold that time. You just play it right. It's really all it's about. It's controlling those spawns, the respawn. So we're just going to bring up the map for comeback. We can go into the game though. Things do have. Ah, there we go. Magic Ben.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a trained wizard. Yes, exactly. So we can bring up comeback. I have it on the mini map right here. We're gonna have the red team. Their goal is going to be ready to be home. blue team's gonna have theirs back. So Ben, we're gonna use the color. Ben, pick a color.
Green.
Green. Well, green will be the drone spawn. Which will be right. Get rid of this first one. We're not gonna use green. Pick another color, Ben.
Go with
yellow.
Yellow. Yeah, everyone knows a little bit of yellow, Matt.
I love yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. All right, so you see, there is going to be that drone spawn. So attacking from both sides. Your strat is pretty much going to be the same. From red spawn, we'll talk about this first. You're going to want to flood straight through here. Obviously, get drone. Be able to push it through that glass area, up or through here. These are the spawns that you want to give the other team. We see so many times that teams will spawn over in this green area, and this is really kind of a death trap for them. Ben, you can go over by, right there. You can just throw it on Ben's screen. He's going to show you that green spawn happens a little bit further back, sometimes up there, but Ben, just show them the disadvantage you're fighting out of when you're going over towards to try and defend. I mean, you can't really hit that shot up there. To come straight through this door, it's a death trap. Players are so talented, they're able to line up those headshots, take you out pretty easy. When you see time and time again that once a team gets that advantage, even on the disadvantageous side, the quote-unquote bad side, you're able to run those drones in pretty quickly, and then we can just talk about, from good side, how really dominant those positions are, and get rid of some of these arrows for you guys, so it becomes a little less confusing.
Satellite acquired.
So we all know where the satellite spawns. Bring it back up again just in case you guys forget a little bit. It's over here. From that blue spawn, you really want to hit that satellite hard off of the break. If you can get player up into glass, I would probably say player needs to just watch that middle area, and then 2 players on that drone control off the start. You're able to get that easy 1-point AC throw, as we see so many times. But you really need to focus on bringing the drone either far right over in that blue area or straight through the middle to get those caps. Those are the 3 areas you want to focus on. I would say middle. If you're going to preference them, I would say you want to go for those 2-point scores around the back over here. Then I would say secondly, you want to try and get those 1-point AC throws, and then third, go through the middle, because if you go through those first 2 that I talked about, you are going to spawn them right back here. And their only route back is through that way. It's a little hallway, or they can jump up top, but still 2 easy funneling ways. You can go to Ben's screen. He can show you exactly what you're talking about right there. That is the little alleyways that they can push through, try and get that back. I think the best way to get control again, if you are on that red team and you're trapped back there, is to work yourself all the way around. Well, you can go back to me on the mini-map. Work yourself all the way around to here and just play for that drone control again. That's the best route to take to try and get through. Maybe even try and go mid to there. That's a possibility as well. But you see, go to Ben's screen right now. This is going to be your view when you spawn. I mean, you're going to have to really just make a choice. You can either rotate back to your cap point, or you can go all the way around towards that uplink spot. But still, I think the best way is to get back, maybe give up a 2-point or a 1-point and get back to there. Because, I mean, as you can see, Ben, just pick up the drone. Just go down the middle of the map real quick. Yeah, just go down the middle. Go to the uplink. I mean, once you get around, go to the right-hand side. And once you get around to about, jump up. I mean, you can get the easy 1-point throws from here, but if he works his way around to the back of blue, you are going to spawn underneath green every single time, and it is not going to be an enjoyable game for you. If your teammates can pick up those kills over here on top, which they should be fairly easy. I mean, if you have a bow player like a Formal up there, or a Clayster, we saw Clay have big games in there the entire weekend, you can really just dominate. And it's just extremely easy to rack up, 1- and 2-point plays. That's why I think a lot of people thought it was the good side of the map once the map kind of got played in the competitive rotation. I think now it's started to even out a little bit, but as you can see, if you control those spawns under green, both sides now, with the new spawn system, you can control green spawns. You're able to rack up tons of points from each side. So that is going to be it. Hope you guys learned a bit about the spawns. That is the spawn series presented by the Lazarus Effect. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Season 2 relegation tournament.